How much does a guy have to make to be with y'all?
$300K a year.
$600K.
600K.
Yeah.
$2 million a month.
Bitch!
He got to make at least $1 million a year.
$1 million a year?
Yeah.
My ideal is what I'm gonna get, and I'm gonna say 150,000.
Damn. 150,000? Ooh, and she blew a kiss. All right, do you think you're worth 150,000?
No, I think I'm worth way more.
No, you're not. Yeah, no, you're not. No, you're not.
So in this clip, we can see how women waste their youth being delusional. And the basis for their delusion is being selfish. None of what they said was about what they could give to a man. Everything that they're talking about has something to do with what they can get from a man. Now, granted, they out on the strip, you know, some random guy just walking up to them, asking them questions. So we could give them a little leeway and say maybe they just being silly. But the reality is that many women think this way. When we talk about the regret, a lot of women realize that the way that they was thinking when they was younger ruined their opportunity for whatever it is that they want in their future. And that's why in this video, we're talking about women living with the regret of not getting married. In this next clip, you're gonna see the regret on full display.
Watch this. I'm the only one with this kind of story. About 2 years ago, I was in a relationship with a man.
Okay.
And he was about 40. I was about, 25?
Women should date older men. Okay.
But he was willing to invest in me physically, financially, emotionally, religiously, like...
That's me!
Aspects. He wanted to make me a better woman.
That's how I am!
Well, he boosted my self-esteem and my well-being so much that I thought that I could do better than him. And now fast forward, I am now post dealing with a narcissist. I now
That's
understand
unfortunate.
that not all men have your best intention at heart. Not all men will invest in you, and not all men will uplift you. So when you get the opportunity to date such a man,
She won
do not
TikTok
let it go.
through a realization.
And here's the truth about baby girl saying she blew it with that man. This proves what we talk about in this space, right? If you a good man and you meet a woman and you want to keep that woman, you have to learn how to treat the woman that you want to keep, which means that when you are dealing with a woman, you have to really understand the psychological triggers that's going to make her think a certain type of way. She said that he treated her so good that she started to think she was better than she actually was. What does that mean? You should never treat a woman so good that she thinks she's better than you. It's not flattering. It's not what people want to hear. And that's why we used to have male-only spaces so men could talk. A lot of men, y'all want authority, but at the end of the day, you don't want to establish your dominance. Put yourself in a situation where your woman can always look at you with admiration.
Why can't you find one? And you ask your friend, have you ever been with a man that's suitable or reasonable? And here's where it's going to come. Yeah, back in college, I was engaged once, but why didn't that happen? Who broke it off? And I'm going to tell you, almost 100% of the time, they're the ones leaving. You honestly think that, these women honestly think that they can leave a man in their 20s and 30s, play the field, do what they want to, and in their early 20s, and then wait later on in life and get a man that's more valuable as their value's going down.
Come on now, dog.
So I showed you young girls and how delusional young girls are, right? Then I showed you a 25-year-old saying that she blew it, right? I operate under the assumption that once women get to a certain age, 28 years old or whatever, and they're single, a lot of these women blew it. So now the next clip I'm gonna show you is a female that's 29 years old, okay? And I want you to hear what she gotta say. She's in what we call the epiphany phase.
Not about that life.
Well, why'd you stop going for the bad boys now at 29?
I'm 29, babe. Like, we're done. All about the good life, the soft life. I want to live well. Out on anything that causes me stress.
But why were you chasing that at 22 and 23?
Well, you're 22, 23. You don't know what the heck you're doing. You're just like, you think it's exciting, and it's like you realize after it's not actually exciting at all. You're like, all right, I'm out on this.
Did you feel like back then a bad boy would be more able to protect you too, as opposed to a nice guy?
No, that's exactly what I'm saying. It's like I think back then you think it's exciting, and you think that you don't know what you want at that age, first of all. You don't know yourself well enough. Now you do. Now I'm like, all those guys, bye. I'm out.
In the epiphany phase is basically when women say, you know what, I'm tired of the bad guys. I want a beta male provider. When she's saying the things that she's saying, I just want y'all to really understand and be able to analyze when women talk. And this is why I say a lot of times when women are speaking, we have to listen to what they're saying, but we also have to take a woman's history into account, right? Because how did you make it to 29, right? And now, you know, you want a serious relationship. Okay, cool. You can answer that question with whatever woman you meet, right? How did you make it to 29 and you still not in a relationship? But now when you start asking these questions and she start running off the list, she says she want to live soft life. That sound like you got to finance a lifestyle, okay? She don't want no stress, all right? If I'm seeing her and she's 29 years old and I want to have kids and all of these type of things, what she's saying is not in alignment with the type of life that we about to create. We about to create a stressful life. So when you hear women having these type of conversations, right, they're not actually putting themselves in a position to get a man. So even though they got the regret, because they haven't corrected their behavior, they still can't figure out, why can't I get a good man? And so a lot of these women, instead of getting a man in their epiphany phase, they end up not getting a man because they never change their way of thinking. The way of thinking is still centered around what they want. And so this is when men start talking very straight to women, just like this.
To understand, I won't pay your rent because rent is your duty. I could spoil you, buy you gift. That's it. That's different. But I won't pay your rent.
Why are you not paying my rent?
I can't.
Why?
What am I doing? I don't understand. I'm going to wake up one morning.
You are taking responsibility of your girlfriend.
No, you're not my responsibility. My daughter is. Your father should be taking care of you.
She look lost right now. She trying to figure it out.
What if she doesn't have a father?
Then her mom should do that.
And then her mom passed away.
Uncle.
Then they're useless. They're drunkards.
Shut up, bitch!
The reason why men start talking straight like this is because at some point you get too old for fairy tales, right? Or you're not pretty enough. So then guys are like, you know what? We don't even have time to beat around the bush right now. We got to get right to the point because you 30, she looked like she anywhere from 32 to 35, okay? So she's like coming out of the epiphany phase, but she still wants the security, right? She still wants the security of a man. Basically, men are saying, listen, you paying your own rent. There's no way that you getting ready to have me on a schedule every month to pay for something when you a grown woman. I didn't hear their whole conversation, but start living your life like you speak in snippets. Make it to where every 30 seconds you talking about what you want to give, right? If you start talking for too long about me, just think about it. You just put together 50 snippets of you talking about yourself. If you start talking about yourself too much, make a conscious effort like, I'm talking about myself too much. And put an image of Mother Teresa in your mind. There are men out there. They may not take her in. So I'm not going to say that because she looked pretty rough. But there are men out there that will take women in. But if a man senses that you're selfish and you still think it's all about you, that is significantly going to diminish the chances of him ever paying your rent. See, in a situation where the man say, I'm not going to pay your rent, but I'll buy you nice stuff, right? This is how women are supposed to respond in that situation. You know what, baby? Any gifts you give me will be amazing. I appreciate that. And when you do that for me, I'm going to do something special for you. I'm going to make sure I cook your favorite meal the next day. I'm going to make sure I wear something crazy. You know, I'm going to make sure I reciprocate But this clip right here that I'm getting ready to play is the reason why I made the whole video. I want you to see this woman, and I want you to listen to what she's saying.
I don't even know how to get this out of my heart right now, but let me just say this. I don't want to work anymore. I'm done.
She act like she's saying something new or different. This is crazy.
I'm tired of it. I am completely over it. Let me tell you what I want to do. I want to wake up in the morning. I want to make myself an espresso. I want to get dressed and go to yoga. Maybe do a little shopping afterwards. Definitely have brunch. Come home, cook, clean, take care of my family, take care of my man. Tomorrow, rinse and repeat. Insert Pilates instead of yoga because, I have to switch it up. Throw some volunteering in there. Of course, traveling, being a lady who lunches, a lady who shops whenever she feels like it. That's the life that I want.
That's the life that everybody wants. That's the life that everybody wants.
That is the life that I want for myself. I was raised to think completely differently. However, I've made it to the point where a life of leisure is the life that I want to live. And I know I'm not by myself. I've had this conversation with other women who are raised like me, just as educated, and a lot of us feel the same way. It's a very interesting phenomenon, but here we are.
It's not that interesting. She sounds like every other woman. Obviously, this is something that her and her friends talk about. This is something that is common amongst women to talk about. So when these women are talking, what solutions are y'all coming up with to help y'all get what y'all want? The reason why I played this clip is because, in the way I arranged everything the way I did, is because I think it's really, really sad that old women sound like young women. This older woman just gave a sophisticated version of what the young woman was asking for. When they said they want $150,000, they want a man making $1 million a year. In order for you to be a woman of leisure and eat brunch every day and go shopping, a man has to finance that lifestyle. And you want to know that she said like 20 things that don't have nothing to do with a man. Nothing. She threw him in. She said, take care of my husband and our family. And I don't know if she got kids, but listen, she looks like she's about 38, 45. She's an older woman. I don't think any man that get with her right now, I don't think you get with her to have any children, okay? But it's sad that these women have been sold too many lies that they can't even differentiate between the truth and fiction. It is fictional for you to think that you're going to be able to live a life of leisure at this point. It is fictional for you to think that you're not going to have to work at this point. If you were to get with a man right now in your life and you said, look, baby, this is what I want to do. I got a plan. I'm going to switch over the 401k money to you, okay? All the money I got, boom, here's the dowry, right? And you said, look, this is what I'm going to do too, baby, because I'm already a high-earning woman. I'm going to work for a couple of years. I'm going to do like 5 more years. So instead of retiring at 65, I'm going to retire at 50, okay? I'm going to go hard. And so I want to make sure that we make good investments together and things of that nature so that by the time I'm 50, I could be a woman of leisure. Then a man might look at you and be like, you know what? Okay, I see. You basically don't want to live in 2 households. Maybe I can imagine us doing something like that. But if you come into a man, you got debt, you got a house, you got a degree, you got all of these things going on that means that you have debt. You are asking for a man that makes a lot of money, just like them young girls are. And on top of that, you saying you don't want to work no more. That is unacceptable at 40 years old. That is an unacceptable mindset to have at 40 years old. And this is why you're going to continue to live with that regret. Because the reason why women have the regret that they have is their unwillingness to change their mindset, their unwillingness to get on a man's program. So like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm one of them type of individuals where I like to provide hope for women, not men. You know, look, the Bible says that when we get to a certain point, it'll be 6 women to every 1 man. Women will be begging to be with this man. Women will be begging to work for this man. They will just want the shame taken off of their name. This is why they will choose a man, just to get the shame taken off their name. Not for him to pay bills, not for him to do none of this other stuff, right? And I believe that when women really humble themselves, men will say, you know what, all right, under the right circumstances. But I want to provide women with hope. So when I say that I want to provide you with hope, I want to provide you with a way out of your misery, right? Because you got all of this regret. You want a man. You regret buying into the feminist rhetoric. You regret putting work and everything else before, man. And now you want a way out. So I'm going to show you, check out this clip.
Who I'm dating now, who is a very, very successful, high-level man. However, I remember when I met him, it was around in the pandemic. My friend was like, why are you cooking for him? Why are you cleaning for him? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? You don't have to be doing that. You shouldn't know. He need to be showing you. And I remember, like, recently he had a conversation with me and he said, Jasmine, if you would have came here and you would have been like all the rest of these women just want to take and take me out and do this. He was like, I would have sent your ass, and he don't even cuss, but he was like, I would have sent your ass where you came from.
The point that you just made shows the level of disrespect and disdain so many women have for men. They don't want to have to do, doing anything for a man is offensive.
Yes, for sure.
And I'm like, why is that winning, ladies? Why is you sitting back saying, I ain't gonna cook, I ain't gonna clean, I ain't gonna do nothing, and you're waiting to die by yourself? Why is that classified as winning?
See, ladies, simple. It's that simple. A lot of y'all gonna disqualify yourself from getting a good man because you coming into it with the wrong mindset. And the danger of seeing a clip like this is I don't want you to think if you look at giving to a man, then automatically that's gonna qualify you for a high value man. But if you are in the presence of a high value man, don't disqualify yourself by thinking about what you can get, because obviously this man has been around other women and all of those women was trying to figure out what they can get. So ladies, I don't want you to fall into the trap of thinking that you're going to get a high value man just because you change your mindset. But you can be a king maker. You can build with a man and get to a certain point if you got a certain mindset. But if not, you're going to stay single. And gentlemen, if women don't have this mindset, leave them alone. Check this out. I got a video by Lori Gottlieb that convinces women that they need to settle for 80% of what they want. Can you believe that a woman can get 80% of what they want in a man and still feel like that's not good enough? Ladies, if you don't want to be in that predicament, click the video below. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. Change your mindset, take you to the next level. And fellas, I highly recommend you look at this video too, so you can know that you're enough. Because too often, they keep telling men that they not enough when men fulfilling 80% of what they want. Peace.